Good morning. Welcome back to the Empty Mountain Sauna build. Today we have an interesting part of the project that I wasn't planning on, but Nicole and I have been sitting on these blocks of poly iso. I think it's polyisocarbonated is the word for it, but it's a type of foam, polyiso foam. And my brother and I did a roofing project a number of years ago now, where we insulated somebody's house with this. This has the best R value, I believe, if I remember right, pretty much of any other foam out there. It's about R6 per inch. So this is a 3-inch block, and that provides about 18 R18 in that 3-inch block. But anyways, Nicole and I have been we've been hauling these and storing them for years, waiting for a moment where they would come in handy. And I did some quick calculations, because each one of these blocks is different size, so I don't have a real accurate guess. But I did some quick calculations, and I believe that we have almost the perfect amount for a couple places in the banya. We have these 3-inch blocks and also some 2-inch blocks, and I'll show you later how we're going to use them in the sauna. But right now I just want to show you how we're dealing with these 3-inch blocks, because the place that we're going to use them is actually only 1.5 inches thick. So what we have to do is cut each one of these blocks in half lengthwise that way, so we have 2.5 inch sections. So we decided that if I could rig up something that wasn't incredibly labor intensive, we would give it a shot, so we could find these guys a forever home so they can fulfill their destiny, instead of just taking up space in the container. They can insulate our sauna. Okay, so this is what I rigged up, and decided that it's worth the effort. So this is our Nicole came out and says, "Oh, you build a guillotine," and it kind of is. It's a block guillotine, but this is the rig that I made up. So it accepts the block. Let's see, how do I want to orient this one? Let's go that way. The block slides in there like that. I got this little lever on the bottom. Some of the blocks are taller, so I have to get this out of the way so that this can slide down and sit on that, so I can get my saw through. I'll show you that here in a sec. But this block's short enough so I can just put it up here, flip my little lever in to hold it in place. And then I cut these grooves in the plywood, or in the OSB. I can feed my saw through like this. And then that guides my saw fairly straight. It's not perfect. I left a little bit of slop in there, so I'm not fighting every block, pushing it down, but it should be plenty good for what we're doing. And then I'll put the dust mask on, because I've recently learned that the polyiso fibers, or dust, is not super good for humans. So put my dust mask on. I'll show you the foam block guillotine. And now we have 2.5 inch blocks, and I'll show you.
Okay. First, can I just say on camera, that was the first time of me seeing this in action, because he was out here in the dark of night with a headlamp last night,
Building all
doing this. That was freaking amazing. You're a genius. All right, go on.
Okay.
Let's have to give you some,
Thank you. Okay.
honoring there for that amazing contraption. All right, go on.
Yeah, I'm pleased. I will say that.
It's freaking dope.
Okay, so and then you can see these are all the ones I cut. Those are the ones I have left. So I think I've cut just half of them of the 3-inch blocks. It took me maybe hour. I don't know. I didn't quite measure it, but maybe hour and a half, something like that. So not crazy labor intensive. The next thing that I haven't solved is all of these now have to get cut lengthwise so they fit inside some bays. So I haven't figured all that out yet. But once I figure out, I'll probably make a jig for that too, just to keep everything nice and clean. But once I figure that out, maybe we'll film that too, let you guys see that process, and then we'll show you where all these little pieces go. So, stay tuned. We'll see you soon.